Have you ever paused and wondered who's really in control? You go through your day making decisions, having thoughts and reacting to people and events. But what if I told you that most of what you do isn't actually guided by your conscious mind? In fact, up to 95% of your daily behavior is driven by the subconscious, a silent force operating beneath your awareness, shaping your habits, emotions, and even your deepest beliefs. This isn't science fiction. It's neuroscience, and spiritual teachers from the Buddha to modern mystics have long hinted at this hidden layer of the self, a realm where past memories, hidden fears, and divine intuition intertwine. What if understanding your subconscious mind could unlock a new level of peace, clarity, and power in your life? What if the real obstacle holding you back isn't outside of you, but buried in the very mind you think you know? In this video, we'll explore 15 truly fascinating facts about the subconscious mind. Some will surprise you, others might challenge your assumptions, but all of them have the potential to wake you up to a deeper understanding of yourself. Stick with me until the end, because the last few facts might just change how you think about everything. Ready to explore the hidden power behind your thoughts? Let's dive in. Your subconscious is always awake. While your conscious mind sleeps, your subconscious never does. Even when you're in deep sleep, your subconscious continues to regulate your heartbeat, process emotions, and even influence your dreams. It listens, records, and stores everything. Every whisper, every facial expression, every flicker of emotion around you. That's why sometimes you wake up with a sudden insight or a lingering feeling you can't explain. This ever-alert nature is why hypnosis and affirmations work best when you're relaxed or in a dreamlike state, because that's when the gate to your subconscious is most open. It's as if your subconscious is a quiet guardian, tirelessly watching over your inner world while your conscious mind takes its rest. Ever wonder why some songs or smells immediately take you back to childhood? That's your subconscious keeping a record, long after your conscious memory lets go. If this resonates with you, let me know in the comments below. It doesn't know the difference between real and imagined to your subconscious. A vividly imagined scenario feels just as real as the actual experience. That's why visualizations are so powerful. Elite athletes use them before competition. Therapists use them to help clients reframe trauma. And spiritual masters use imagination to shape reality from within. When you imagine failing or being embarrassed, your subconscious responds with real stress hormones. But when you visualize success or love, it responds with real emotional shifts, confidence, calm, even joy. This is not just feel-good thinking, it's biology. Your brain fires the same neurons, whether you experience something or imagine it vividly. So what are you feeding your subconscious daily? What movies, thoughts, or inner dialogues are you replaying over and over? Your imagination isn't just creative play. It's a tool for programming your future. It controls 95% of your life. Let this sink in. Only about 5% of your decisions, actions, and behaviors come from your conscious, rational mind. The rest, a staggering 95%, is handled by your subconscious. This means that most of your responses, beliefs, and emotional reactions were not consciously chosen by you. They were absorbed by repetition, trauma, or authority figures, especially during childhood. Ever tried to change a habit only to find yourself slipping back into old patterns? That's your subconscious at work, running the old script. Your subconscious is like a computer's operating system. It handles everything in the background unless you deliberately update the code. Until you become aware of what's running silently in your mental software, you'll keep repeating the same cycles. This realization can feel daunting, but it's also deeply empowering. Because once you identify the patterns, you can begin to rewrite them. It learns through repetition, not logic. Your subconscious doesn't speak the language of logic or reason. It learns through repetition and emotion. Think about how a song lyric gets stuck in your head, or how repeating a negative belief like, "I'm not good enough," eventually feels like truth. You didn't analyze it into existence. You repeated it into reality. This is why affirmations work best when spoken consistently and with emotion. The subconscious doesn't need a well-argued essay. It needs a felt experience. And this is also why breaking a bad habit isn't just about understanding it intellectually. You have to retrain your subconscious through consistent practice, emotional engagement, and new repetitive experiences. If this idea speaks to your journey, give this video a like so it reaches others who need it. It's fully programmed by age 7. By the time you turned 7, the majority of your subconscious beliefs were already in place. That's because during early childhood, your brain operates predominantly in theta waves, a deeply receptive, hypnotic state. This makes children highly impressionable, absorbing beliefs from parents, culture, and environment without any conscious filter. Were you told you were too loud? That money is scarce? That love is conditional? Chances are those ideas didn't stay in your head, they rooted in your subconscious, becoming invisible scripts that direct your adult life. Understanding this isn't about blame, it's about clarity. When you realize that many of your limitations were inherited, not chosen, you begin to reclaim your power to rewrite them. Healing isn't just about awareness. It's about reparenting the subconscious with truth, love, and presence. It runs on symbols and metaphors. Your subconscious doesn't think in words. It thinks in images, sensations, and symbols. That's why dreams can be so bizarre yet meaningful. And why visual symbols in stories, rituals, or religious practices can feel so powerful. The subconscious speaks the language of metaphor. A locked door might represent fear of change. A flowing river might symbolize surrender. Your recurring nightmare about being chased might be an emotional truth begging to be seen. This is why guided imagery, storytelling, and even art therapy can bypass your inner defenses and reach the deeper parts of you. Want to shift your inner landscape? Speak in the language your subconscious understands. Use symbols, use vision, use feeling, because when you paint your desires in metaphor, your subconscious listens. It resists change. Even if it's good for you, your subconscious is wired for one thing above all else: survival through familiarity. That means it doesn't care if a pattern is good or bad, just whether it's familiar. If you've lived with anxiety, scarcity, or conflict for years, your subconscious may treat peace or abundance as unsafe, because it's unfamiliar. This explains why people sometimes sabotage success, reject healthy love, or feel uncomfortable with calm. Their subconscious is trying to pull them back to what it knows. Real transformation often feels wrong at first, not because it is, but because your subconscious hasn't caught up. That's why inner change requires patience, persistence, and compassion. You're not just learning a new way, you're soothing a nervous system that's been trained to equate chaos with safety. It responds powerfully to emotion. Emotion is the gateway to the subconscious. Think of your most vivid memories. They're often charged with emotion, whether joyful or painful. That's because emotional intensity imprints deeply on the subconscious. This is also why trauma can be so persistent. It brands the subconscious with fear-based beliefs that resist logic. But this emotional sensitivity works both ways. When you pair positive emotions with new thoughts or actions, like gratitude, joy, or even awe, you can rewire your subconscious faster and more effectively. So if you want to change your inner programming, don't just repeat affirmations, feel them. Let your body, breath, and heart get involved, because when your emotions align with your intentions, the subconscious listens and shifts. If you're feeling something stir inside, let me know in the comments below. It doesn't process negatives. Here's a strange truth. Your subconscious mind can't directly process negative words like don't, can't, or won't. If you say, I don't want to be anxious, your subconscious picks up the image of anxiety, not the don't. That's why the more you try not to think about something, the more it lingers. This quirk explains why many well-meaning affirmations backfire. I'm not scared still carries the energetic imprint of fear. Instead, focus on what you do want. I am calm. I am safe. I move through challenges with strength. Direct your subconscious with clear, positive images, and it will follow. This subtle shift can transform how you speak to yourself, and more importantly, how your inner world responds. It's the source of intuition. You know those gut feelings that arise without warning. That inner knowing you can't explain. but deeply trust, that's your subconscious at work, analyzing patterns, picking up subtle cues, and sending you messages faster than your conscious mind can understand. Studies show that the subconscious can process millions of bits of data per second, while the conscious mind can only handle about 40. So when you feel something without knowing why, trust that there's deep intelligence beneath it. Spiritual traditions often speak of the inner voice, the higher self, or divine wisdom within. Science might call it intuition or pattern recognition. Either way, it's the subconscious guiding you through felt truth. Sometimes it whispers, sometimes it roars. Either way, it's worth listening to. 11. It stores every memory you've ever had, every experience you've ever had. From your first breath to the last moment you felt hurt, seen or unseen, is stored in your subconscious. Even if you don't consciously remember it, your subconscious does. It's like a vast archive, quietly influencing how you react to people, places, and situations based on emotional memory. Ever walk into a room and suddenly feel uneasy for no clear reason? Or meet someone and instantly like or distrust them? Often it's your subconscious drawing on stored memories, making rapid associations beyond your awareness. This memory bank is also what makes healing work, like regression, inner child, therapy, or deep meditation, so transformative. You're not just thinking differently, you're retrieving and rewriting old emotional imprints, because when you access the root, you can finally change the fruit. It shapes your self-image and your reality, how you see yourself deep down. Your identity, your worth, your potential is determined by your subconscious beliefs. If your subconscious believes you're not lovable, no amount of external love will ever feel enough. If it sees you as powerless, success will feel foreign, even threatening. Your self-image isn't just an idea. It's a blueprint your subconscious uses to shape your reality. That's why people often find themselves stuck in the same types of relationships, jobs, or emotional patterns until they change how they see themselves at the subconscious level. Shift the image, shift the reality, because life doesn't reflect what you want. It reflects what you are at your deepest level, and that identity can be rewritten, gently, intentionally, and over time. If this insight speaks to you, consider giving this video a like, so it reaches someone else who needs it. It's the gateway to spiritual experience. The subconscious is not just a mental processor, it's a spiritual portal. In deep meditation, prayer, or states of flow, the conscious mind quiets, and the subconscious becomes more accessible. This is often when people report feelings of unity, divine love, or profound inner peace. Many ancient practices, chanting, drumming, breathwork, are designed to bypass the analytical mind and open the subconscious to the sacred. It's no coincidence that spiritual awakenings often come through dreams, symbols, or deep emotion, all languages of the subconscious. This inner dimension isn't bound by time or logic. It holds your fears, yes, but also your deepest wisdom, compassion, and connection to the divine. Access it, and you don't just change your mind, you transform your entire sense of self and purpose. Boo. It can be reprogrammed, deliberately. The key. Best part about the subconscious, it's not fixed. You can reprogram it through practices like visualization, hypnotherapy, affirmations, meditation, and repetition with feeling. This isn't magic, it's neuroplasticity. Your brain is constantly rewiring itself based on what you focus on and feel consistently. Reprogramming the subconscious is less about fixing and more about remembering who you truly are underneath the layers of conditioning. It's about releasing what never belonged to you and planting new beliefs that reflect your highest truth. You're not at the mercy of your old patterns. You're the gardener of your inner landscape. With intention and love, you can cultivate something entirely new. 15. It's always listening to you. Even when you're not paying attention to your inner dialogue, your subconscious is. Every time you call yourself stupid, unworthy, or unlucky, your subconscious takes note. It believes what you tell it, especially when those messages are repeated with emotion. But the same is true for the opposite. When you speak with kindness, encouragement, or gratitude, Your subconscious listens, absorbs, and adjusts. This is why mindful self-talk isn't just a feel-good exercise. It's a profound act of self-programming. Every word you say to yourself is a seed. What are you planting today? The subconscious isn't judging you, it's serving you, but it can only serve based on the instructions you give it. So speak to yourself as you would to someone you deeply love, because the person you're becoming is always listening. Practical takeaways: how to work with your subconscious mind. Understanding your subconscious is one thing, but knowing how to work with it, that's where transformation begins. Here are 7 simple, powerful practices to begin reprogramming your subconscious mind and unlocking deeper peace, clarity, and self-awareness. Morning and night reprogramming. The 2 moments just after waking and just before sleep are golden. Your brain naturally slips into theta brainwaves, prime territory for subconscious suggestion. Use these windows to repeat empowering affirmations or visualize your goals with vivid emotion. For example, I am safe and worthy of peace. I create a life that reflects my deepest truth. Say them gently, like a lullaby to your inner child. Let your body feel the words, not just hear them. Practice emotion-backed affirmations. Don't just repeat affirmations robotically. That rarely reaches the subconscious. Instead, close your eyes, breathe deeply, and infuse each statement with real feeling. If you say, I am enough, let your posture, tone, and breath reflect that truth. Emotion is the glue that makes new beliefs stick. Rewrite your inner script. Take a few minutes to write down your most common negative self-talk. Statements like, I always mess things up, I'm not lovable, I'll never succeed. Then rewrite each one into an empowering belief. I learn and grow from every experience. I radiate love and receive love freely. Success flows to me through aligned action. Keep the rewritten list visible. Read it aloud daily with intention. Use visualization as mental rehearsal. Choose a goal or version of yourself you're stepping into. Close your eyes and visualize it with rich detail. How it looks, feels, smells. Step into the scene as if it's already real. Visualization helps create a blueprint your subconscious can follow. Done regularly, it becomes a form of mental rehearsal for real-life action. Cultivate stillness and meditation. Meditation quiets the conscious mind and gives you direct access to your inner landscape. Even 5 or 10 minutes a day of focused breathing or observing thoughts without judgment can begin to rewire old patterns. As the mind quiets, the subconscious opens, and healing insights often arise without force. Create symbolic anchors. Because your subconscious responds to metaphor and symbolism, you can create physical anchors to reinforce new beliefs. Carry a small stone to represent groundedness. Light a candle each night to affirm inner peace. Wear a color that embodies your intention. These symbols bypass the analytical brain and speak directly to the deeper self. Practice mirror work. Stand in front of a mirror. Look into your own eyes and speak words of love, courage, or forgiveness. It may feel awkward at first, but it's a direct, intimate way to connect with your subconscious. Speak to yourself as you would a beloved friend. You'll be amazed at how healing this simple practice can be. Try 1 or 2 of these consistently for a few weeks. Start small. Let the shifts unfold gently, because the subconscious doesn't respond to force, but it listens to love, consistency, and intention. You've just explored 15 fascinating facts about the subconscious mind, a hidden realm within you that holds the keys to your past, your present behaviors, and the future you're capable of creating, from childhood programming to spiritual awakening, from silent beliefs to vivid dreams. Your subconscious has always been there, shaping every step of your journey. But here's the truth: you are not at its mercy. You are the conscious creator, the observer who can choose new thoughts, rewrite old scripts, and open doors to deeper wisdom and peace. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have it all figured out. You simply need to become more aware, more curious, more compassionate with yourself, more willing to listen to that still, small voice within. Because when you make friends with your subconscious, you don't just change how you think, you change how you live. So here's my final question to you. What belief are you ready to release? And what truth are you ready to live? Let me know in the comments. If this journey through the subconscious spoke to your soul, be sure to like this video, subscribe for more deep reflections, and watch our next video on the illusion of control and how to surrender without fear. Your mind is vast, your heart is wise, and your awakening is already unfolding. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and keep going deeper.